Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to talk to you about what you should be working on in the summertime when it's nice outside like it is today. So it is a beautiful sunny day like it is in most summer days, at least here. It's been raining in the spring, but anyways. Basically, what you're looking to do in the summer is improve your overall game. You shouldn't be just focusing on one thing or the other. You should be focusing on your overall game. And my suggestion is you should also be working on not just your right hand or your most dominant hand, you should be working on your weak hand as well. So when you do stuff like the 1-inch drill, you shouldn't be just focusing on the right hand only. You should be also focusing on the left hand, because the left hand is very important. Think about it. If you are this close to the basket and you want to do a fadeaway, you get that ball and you want to do the fadeaway, and the opponent knows that you're going to shoot with your right hand and he's automatically going to be going to block with that hand. What happens if you get that ball and on the 6th or 7th time you're going for a fadeaway, you turn around and you shoot with your left hand? He's going to be expecting you to be shooting with your right hand, but you're really shooting with your left. So that's going to give you an advantage over that defender. That also goes with dribbling. You shouldn't be just learning how to dribble with your most dominant hand. You should be able to dribble with your weak hand as well. This is going to give you an advantage because now if you're going to be coming up and you're going to go and cross the opponent, you can cross them either way that you want. It doesn't have to be just a right, like a fake left and go right. You can even go fake right and then go left. Pull back, take a shot. It doesn't matter. But at least now you're a multi-dimensional player. You're not just a player who's going to be going right or left. You're going to be able to go either direction. Now, other than focusing on both hands when it comes to training in basketball, the number one thing I teach my players, or I explain to my players, is that they should be working on ball handling at least 50% of the time. A lot of players will think, I'm going to be shooting a lot, so I better be working on my shot. Now that is true. Shooting is very, very important. However, if you're a guard, you're going to be handling the ball 90% of the time. And if you are a shooting guard, you're still going to be handling the ball probably 80% of the time, at least when you have the ball. So why not work on your ball handling? That is probably the biggest thing or the most thing that you're going to be doing in the game of basketball. Even if you're a center, they're starting to bring in stretch centers, stretch forwards, where now a center can be able to play point guard. So it is very important to be able to work on your ball handling skills, because you never know when you're going to be put into a position where you're going to be the ball handler. Now, in my level 1 coaching certification, there was a coach who was there teaching. This is many, many years ago. This is like 16 years ago. And he was coaching a player who was 6'11", and he was the high school coach. This player has gone on to play over in Europe now. However, he was the best ball handler on his team, so he was a 6'10", 6'11" point guard, which in Canada is insane. So he was able to drive on his defender very, very easily, because his defender was obviously a slower player. And because when you're playing defense, you usually, at least here in Canada, match up height-wise, and it's probably most likely like that pretty well everywhere else. So just think now, if you have a heavier, taller, slower player and who's guarding you, and you're able to handle the ball really well, you're going to be able to fly past that guy. Now, the second most important is cardio. Obviously, I'm losing weight right now, which is very important. However, my playing weight when I went down to the States was 200 pounds, and I was 6'2". Now, I used that extra weight to my advantage because I was able to drive on my defenders, because my defenders were also 6'1", 6'2". However, they were maybe 160 pounds. So the second most important thing that I'm going to talk to you about today is cardio. Now, to do cardio in basketball, you can go for a jog, you can do some sprinting. However, whatever you're going to do when it comes to cardio, make sure you have a basketball with you. So if you're going to go for a jog around a track, make sure that you're bringing a basketball and you're going to do at least one lap with the right hand, cross over another lap with the left hand, And then you're not just working on your cardio, but also working on your ball handling skills. And then third is your shooting. Now there's always a place and a time for a set shot, so you can always practice those. You can spin the ball to yourself and you can take your shot. However, a lot of the time you're going to be defended. So you're going to need a one dribble move to be able to beat that defender. And the best way you can practice this in the summer is just to get a pylon or a piece of clothing or whatever, throw it on the ground, and you try to break its ankles. You spin the ball to yourself, you see the pylon, you do like a jab move, maybe a through the legs and back and shot, whatever it may be. You pick your moves, and don't just focus on one move, focus on multiple moves, and break that pylon or that piece of clothing's ankles with one dribble, and then take your shot. Now, if you want custom workout and training plans, go check out the link in the description below. And also, I hope to see you guys again in our future videos. I try to post twice per day. I'll see you guys again tomorrow.